This is at the crux of the Pookie Ray Ray argument. Because women love bad boys. I could give you all the psychological reasons, but that's just the truth. The rebellion, the danger, all of it. And here's the thing. You can lie to yourself and think that that changes some point in life. It doesn't. It doesn't. They just stop talking about it as much. There's never a place where women get to like, well, I went through my bad boy phase and now I want Mr. Rogers. No, that's shit that they tell you guys. They tell you that so you won't feel guilty and won't feel inadequate trying to measure up to the dude she's really thinking about while you on top of her doing the best you can. Shut the front door. That is the truth, the unvarnished truth. They tell you that you're acceptable while she's thinking about the guy she really wants while you laying on top of her doing the best you can. But you get that missionary position. You get, the transactional, kind of stuff. And I talked about a video today how to fix this shit because everybody can't be a bad boy. Everybody can't be a bad boy because you don't want to take penitentiary chances. You are too law and order. And I'm not judging. See, this is amoral and pragmatic. I don't care if you like it. Everybody can't be the bad boy. You don't want to take those risks. And that's cool. The bad boy is always going to be one of the top. Bad boy. Think about it, even back when we had the quintessential All-American show, Happy Days. Who was the most successful character on there? Fonz. Hey. Even in that idyllic, lily whitewashed America, Richie Potsy, the Cunninghams, Joni Chachi, All-American Al's Burger Shop and Bebop and Poodle Skirts and all that. Who comes up? The leather jacket wearing, motorcycle riding, knock on the door, jukebox work, looks at a girl, come up. I mean, just go back and look at 1970s and look at how cool, how much of a dom game Fonzie was running. Fonzie was running a dom game in the 70s. Fonz was the shit. Bad boy. That character existed because they knew women would gravitate towards. And here's the thing. Of the 9 of you guys who hit dislike, here's why you hit dislike. Because you like them too. You like them too because they do the shit that you don't have balls enough to do. Ooh. Watch the dislikes go up. Watch it again. You like the bad boys too because they have the balls to do shit that you don't have the balls to do. You wish you could be like them. You wish you could stand up and say, man, fuck you. We're not gonna take it. You wish you could do it, but you just can't. People will disapprove of me. I don't want to be like him. I don't want to be a bad boy. I like being Captain America in the Boy Scout because Captain America always wins. No, he doesn't. That's some shit they put on movies to sell you goobers a ticket. Like it or not, bad boys are an archetype for all women. And it's not just black women, all women. You know what happens? The teenage bad boy is different than the 20-something bad boy is different than 30-something, 40-something, 50-something. But the bad boy stays the bad boy. Johnny Depp's character, that bad boy. You can become a corporate raider, a pirate. See, that bad boy can go from high school to Wall Street, and he still has that killer instinct, that shark thing, and he eats up, bam, and women love him. Now, here's the thing. Somebody had to say it. I'm going to tell you, that's what it is. But there's another guy that women love. Again, it's an archetype, and they love this guy just as universally. Even the women that say they don't. And this guy is going to be the more controversial of the ones because this is the guy women actually say they don't dig as much as they really do. They'll come out of their mouth and say, oh, I don't like guys like that. See, most women will agree out front, yeah, I like bad boys because we know it's more socially acceptable. But this other guy, they'll come out and they're like, I mean, some women like him, but I don't like him as much. I like my guy, a different one. And you know what that one is? It's the pretty boy. Yup, the pretty boy. The bad boy and the pretty boy. Now, when I say pretty boy, I'm not talking about delicate features, fingernails. Get that shit out of your head. I'm talking about what some people call the jawline. Jeremy Meeks, remember that dude? The guy who had went from the mug shot to being a kept man? The jawline with the eyes. Pretty boys. There will be women who be like, I don't like a guy that's I don't like a guy that's pretty. I like a guy that's rugged face. And there'll even be guys who are like, man, get bullshit. And I love it. And see, and this is one that guys tend to have a problem with because Most men will accept the bad boy because he's masculine and he, when you say pretty boy, it pisses a lot of rock face niggas off. Because a lot of rock face dudes off because they can't be the pretty boy. Because a pretty boy is a face guy. Don Draper, Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio. See, a lot of times they'll try to paint the pretty boy as some kind of effeminate weakling, and that ain't it. Not even by a long shot. That's what a lot of dudes who really hate on this dude, this archetype, try to paint him as. And that's cool. He's still gonna fuck your bitch. Yeah, them rock face dudes get mad at the pretty boys. And they'll be the main ones. Oh man, you don't need to be a pretty boy. You motherfucking looking like the Thing. What you gonna tell me? Shut up. Because women like bad boys and pretty boys. Let me give you an example in the black community. How many of you guys went to college? Okay, well, if you went to college, you know the Divine Nine. Let's talk about the fraternities. And I gotta give all five, but the one, when I went to school, it was the Alphas, the Sigmas, the Iotas weren't on our yard, but then there was the Kappa and the Qs. There was the Noops and the Qs. I'm a Noop. I'm a Kappa. The smallest chapters on any yard were always the Kappas and the Qs. We were diametrically opposed. The Qs were the big muscle-bound, Green Mile, Michael Clark Duncan looking Negroes. Gonna get some cornbread. The big old swole up dudes. Walk around with the big old Mega brand on, walking with the gold boots, and they sweating and shit with the Boone's Farm sweat going everywhere. Jerry Curl juice, looking like a bunch of full force motherfuckers, barking at bitches. Hell yeah, and scaring the pussy away. Q's got much play on the yard because they was big old swole up dude. They played middle linebacker. They even played positions that weren't even out there. The Q's were so big and bad, even the thug dudes like, don't fuck with them. That's what they were. But then who would come in? Who would come in? It would be the Noops. The Noops would come in and they'd be like, man, I don't like them pretty boys. That's what would happen, man. The Q's would go from Atomic Dog and all this shit, and then we would roll up in there. And women would just go, them Noops, they so sweet. We would come in there with the suspenders and the bow tie, rose, pull out that cane and just start on that smooth out with the R&B tip, and the Q's would be over there sweating and shit, looking like, slaves at noonday. And we just, roses are red, violets are blue. But you know what? There was mad respect between the Q's and the Noops. Always.